Hi. I'm just gonna start by setting our intentions and saying a prayer. I'm Duchess. If you've never seen me before, this is my channel, Duchess Divinity, and today I'm gonna tell you about the spells we're doing. If you do know me, hi. Thanks for coming back. We'll say our prayers. Benevolent guides, guardians, ancestors, angels, star family, higher self, Yeshua, Baal, Ra, and God's source, I humbly come to you today on behalf of myself and all those watching and just say thank you for everything that you bless us with and just everything in life. We're just grateful to be alive, so thank you for that. And I ask please that you move through me and my words. Let no truth be told for a lie, no lie be told for a truth. Let all the information that comes through be kind, palatable, and easy to understand. Please help me to express myself and the spells I'm doing with the utmost of ease and clarity. And please attract those who are meant to do these workings with me. Please show them this video so that they may make a choice whether or not they'd like to work with me. And yeah, please just keep this in the highest vibration. In source consciousness and Christ consciousness, and I pray all of this with the purest of hearts and the best of intentions, and I pray that this all be for the highest and greatest good of humanity, the highest and greatest good of this universe, and the highest and greatest good of all those watching. Amora Ashe Namaste, by the power of three, Samote be always works, always a blessing. Hi Madison. Hi, I'm so happy to catch this live. Yay! Good. I'm glad you caught it too. Just waiting for people to come in. People probably don't know I'm live yet. How you guys doing? How are things for you? I had to come on. I know I said I was coming back the other day, and then I never came back. So I'm sorry. I know I said I was coming back Tuesday, but I didn't. And then I didn't come back yesterday because I was just so tired. Like, I just feel so tired. Hi, Harley. How you doing? Have you guys been feeling really tired too? Trying not to I was smoking a lot of weed, and I know that's what's making me tired, but also just trying to hey Yana, how you doing? Gotta get your package. Perfect timing, I just left the dispensary. Nice! Pretty sick, but your video cheered me up yesterday. Good. I'm glad. Yes, I've been so tired. I have been sleeping so much. I know. It's just crazy in these portals. I woke up and rolled out of bed, and now I'm in my car in the rain, parked near my house, smoking a J. Nice. That sounds amazing. I'm gonna go for a little hike with my mom later because it's actually nice here today. It's been fucking freezing. I've literally just been bundled up, going down to the river. I put on my hat, and then I put on my big scarf, and then I put on my big hood and my winter jacket, and I put my hot hands in my gloves and in my shoes, and then I go sit by the river because it's just been too cold to move outside. But today it's actually really nice, so I'm gonna go for a hike with my mom, and that'll be really good. Just hibernation vibes. Yeah, agreed. Agreed. So let's go ahead and we'll just start getting to talking about everything that I have planned. So everything is in the description above. Like, if you click the description of this video, you can find the links for everything if any of this sounds good to you. But I just wanted to speak about the spells that I'm doing, that I have coming up for New Year's, and then this really big dragon spell that I have. I'm excited to do it. So, because I explain, but in the last dragon spell that I did, I really could not, I was just trying to stay alive because had COVID for 20 days. So it was like I could not really connect to my dragons or reap the benefits of the working. I know I did subconsciously and astrally, but I couldn't really be an active participant in it because I was just so sick. So I'm excited to do this one and to actually be in that energy in a way that I can enjoy. It's 111 here. All right, so the first thing I'll talk about is the New Year's journaling, and then we'll talk about the meditation. So let's see. Okay, so for the New Year's journaling, hi, I'm glad you caught alive too. Okay, so for the New Year's journaling, you will receive an email journaling prompt on New Year's Eve that will have 7 different manifestation and releasing journals to complete before the start of 2023. The prompts are centered around letting go of 2022 and setting your intentions for 2023. This is particularly helpful for people who had a very difficult 2022, those who are at a crossroads in their life with many choices/big choices to make, or those that have big plans to accomplish in 2023. You will receive step-by-step instructions on how to do the journaling with examples and what to do with the journals after. If you bought a zodiac candle from me, so when I made the soy zodiac candles, if you bought one of those from me, you will automatically get emailed this journal prompt as my thank you, because I wanted to make those zodiac candles so we could all do our own separate spell on New Year's, because I wanted to do something for New Year's, but I didn't wanted to do my own thing. So, because I feel that I don't really necessarily always have good boundaries around doing stuff just for me. I do it for a lot of stuff for other people or like my clients and stuff. So yeah. Yeah, I'll email you the prompt. If you bought a zodiac candle from me, I will email it to you through the email you bought it on my website. And so the journaling prompt, it's only $11. It's like 11.11. And it's really good. We're going to be examining like the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we're going to be really just closing out the chapter and letting it go, because I don't know about you guys, but I had a pretty fucking traumatizing 2022. It was good, and there were happy points, but there was a lot of traumatizing points. Also, I just have to say, my family love the hair. I am so tired. Thank you. And yeah, same. Today is like the first day I woke up like not like a dead person. But I have to say as well, New Year's Eve day was my family dog's birthday. So, good morning. Can't wait to hear all about the dragon spell. Yay. Yeah, good morning. How you doing? So my family dog Jack, he was the best. He was a chocolate lab, and I had him for 14 years. And that's a story time in and of itself, like everything that happened with him. I'll have to tell that story because it was like crazy. But he was the best. He was like the best he was my BFF. And like when I was sad and lonely and I didn't really have anybody when I was a little kid, like he was my BFF. And so I don't think about him a lot because I think it's too painful. Like in the year before he passed away, he was so sick, and I was like I had such a hard time with it because I just felt like, he didn't have quality of life, and it was really hard for me to watch him deteriorate, and I didn't spend as much time with him as I wanted to because it was like too hard to see him struggling and ill. And so it was like the whole thing was just really hard. Like, and then when he actually did pass, it was like really hard for me to acknowledge that he was going to be like gone forever. I don't know. It's just, I don't think about him a lot because it's so painful. And this is a necklace my friend made. She does like puts ashes in hand blown glass, and I was the first person to ever get a clear one because I wanted to see his ashes. So I'm wearing my little Jack necklace today and thinking of Jack. So if you join the journal and the meditation and everything on New Year's Eve day, then I'm gonna do a little setup for Jack, and I'll be talking about him, and you'll get to be a part of that. So if you like that, then you can look forward to that. Hey, Kaylee. My border collie was my guardian angel. After I left my toxic ex-husband, he got really ill, but I know he passed in peace because the energy was out of the house. Yeah, that's really good. Happy Mercury retrograde, lol. Yeah. Animals are so special. Good morning, everybody. I know. They really are. Okay, so that's what we have for the journaling prompt. Right on cue. Right on cue, Corny Cat. I should tell the story of Jack, and I should tell the story of Corn, too, because Cornica started out her life very traumatized. Somebody threw her away. All her and her siblings, they put her in a box and put her in the woods. But I got her now, because she my baby. The Corn baby, Corny. Everyone's like, Corn, hi. You get her. She has a good life now. Hey, oh geez, now the chat's catching up. Everybody's coming in. Hi. My dog was rescued from my abusive neighbors. Animals are precious. I know. Poor Corn, but I hear that's how cats come to you. Yeah. Sometimes, too, if your spirits are not able to grant your wish from a spell, you'll get a cat. Like, I remember I did I was like, I want to meet the person I marry. Like, I want them in my life now, like, for, like, the Lionsgate portal a couple years ago, because I know I'm going to get married at the Lionsgate portal. I already seen it. But it wasn't the right time. It wasn't the right timing. So they sent me this cat with thumbs that came and blessed me. Every night he came, him and Corn were like star-crossed lovers. Like, she would sit actually in this window right here, and he would show up on my front stoop, and I'd go sit on my stoop, and they would like meow at each other, and they'd have like dates through the window and stuff, because Cornica is not an outdoor cat, and that's just not safe. And I live on a main road, so I don't know where he was coming from, but I haven't seen him in a while. But anyway, for every day of the Lionsgate portal from August 1st to August 8th, this big orange cat with thumbs would come hang out with me on my stoop. And that was when my magic beans came up. If you guys remember my magic bean garden, that I was like, the magic beans were like surrounding us, and it was just like me and this random cat, and I never saw him again. Let's see what you guys are saying in here. I'm so sorry, Dutch. Losing a pet is hard. I saw a chocolate lab this morning on my walk, and it's really pretty reservation where I never see any dogs. It brought me joy. That's amazing. Maybe it was Jack's energy. It's Corn, a big lump with the knobs. It has the juice. Can't imagine a more beautiful thing. Woo! That Cornica, my cat, was the first thing I thought of when I first saw that video. I was like, oh, it's Corn. I love that story. My current partner and I confessed our love on the 2021 Lionsgate portal. Amazing. That's beautiful. The beans. I was thinking about that story the other day. That's so funny. I didn't get any. So I got some plants but no fruit. I was like, a fruitless harvest? I was like, what the fuck? Because what happened was I planted the seed. I didn't plant them. I threw my gourds like I always do out my window. And I was like, here you go, magic beans. And then my plants started to come up, and my fucking neighbors who work with beans, like, that's like what they do. They're like the farmers. They're like the farmers that run the farm that is next door. Like, it's their job. They weed whacked my beans. And one time I planted a rose bush, and they just ripped it out of the ground. And then we have a language barrier, so I'm always telling them, I'm like, please don't do that, but sometimes they don't understand. So my magic beans started to come up, they fucking weed whacked them, and then I was like, it's okay, like, they'll come back, and they did, but then it was a frost before there's any gourds or anything, and that's when I was like, a fruitless harvest? What the hell? But it's what it is, you know. You can't really help the way other people will just come in and weed whack your plans. Like, you could have a plan and it's going great, and then here comes another person or the universe like, eh. Okay. That was my impression of a weed whacker. All right, now I'm going to tell you about the meditation that we're doing on New Year's. So this one, isn't that illegal? Maybe, I don't know, but they're not bad people. They're just like these middle-aged Mexican men that have been living here longer than me. Like, I've been here since 2018. They've been here for like 40 years because they've been working for the farm for so long. So what they do is like they'll come for the farming season. They'll come here, they'll work here for as long as they need them, and then they leave. So it's like they leave and go back to Mexico. So, and it's not like we just live next to each other. It's like 2 apartments like next to each other. And so it's like I don't know, they've lived here much longer than me. I'm just this random young witch who's doing all this weird, freaky shit all the time, and they never complain. And so when they did that, I was upset, and I was like, please don't weed whack no matter even if you think it's a weed, please don't weed whack it. And they were like, oh, like I don't know. They're drunk a lot too. Like, I swear I hear that door swing open next door, and I immediately hear beer like crack, 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 crack. So I don't know, they could have been drunk. But either way, I don't know. I'm not going to call the police on them for weed whacking my magic beans, because it's just like, I know they didn't mean anything by it. They were probably just not paying attention. But either way, they just get a little too weed happy. That's all. You guys are laughing. That's so funny. Yeah, well, the thing is they take care of the yard. So it's like cuz it's like a rented space. Like I said, it's like 2 apartments. And so I have my little yard, and they mow the lawn. So because they mow the lawn, I'm like, I'm not telling them shit, cuz like they know how to, like, I don't know how the lawn is supposed to be mowed and stuff. Like, I'm sure that's part of like their job, because like I said, they work for my landlords who, own the farm and everything. So I don't want to tell them how to do their job, but I did want to tell them not to fucking weed whack my beans and not to rip out my roses. So I did, and I did tell my landlords too, and they were like, what the hell? They were like, they literally work with pumpkins and squash. Like, why would they do that? Like, they couldn't even think of a reason why they would do it. But so I didn't think anything of it. They were just weed whacking around, and I was like, oh, they're just taking care of the yard as usual. And then I went outside, and I was like, what? My beans. Okay, let's talk about the meditation. Okay. For this guided meditation, I will take you, this will be in the afternoon on New Year's Eve, because I don't know what I'm doing for the evening, but I know a lot of people are probably busy, so we're going to be doing the guided meditation like live, so it's like you can set the precedent in the my time anyway, afternoon, and then go do whatever you want. And then if you end up not being able to make it to the live will be saved and you'll have the link. Excuse me. Okay. For this guided meditation, I will take you to our special astral meeting place and through the cosmos for cleansing. We will begin in the center of the earth. I've been really feeling Mother Gaia needs to connect with us, so we're going to begin in the center of the earth. We will visit a fairy lagoon for healing, so I'm really excited about that one. And preparation to just like cleanse us and heal us and get us ready to cross the threshold. We will connect with the elementals and creatures of the 5th dimension, because that's going to prepare us for the dragon spell that we're doing, because the dragons live in the 5th dimension. And then we are going to visit Mount Olympus with the Greek gods and goddesses, which I'm really excited because I've never been to Mount Olympus, but I've been really called to start learning about Greek mythology. It's something I've never really learned about, and I think probably because it is so mainstream, and whenever something's really mainstream, I usually stay away from it. But I've been feeling really called to understand the Greek gods and goddesses and know them better, and so we're gonna go there. I've been working with Zeus for a few months now, and he is like, I don't know what I think of him yet. I don't know, honestly. He's intense. Like, he's really, really intense. yeah, so we're gonna go to Mount Olympus, and then we're gonna finish up on one of the GFL motherships. So I don't know if the ship I go to is the same as other people. All I know is like what I do and what I see there, and so I'm gonna take you up to the ship I go to, and we'll close out there. We will connect with our guides and helpers in the subtle realms to ensure a smooth transition into 2023. You will need a comfortable place to meditate uninterrupted, water to drink, as well as a notebook and pen to write down your messages and experiences. You will receive a link to a private live through email on New Year's Eve. Live times are subject to change. So live times are always subject to change from what you see on the website, depending on the day I'm having, because I can't predict life. So that I'm really excited about that one, and the journal prompt is gonna help us to prepare for that. So my suggestion is to do the journal prompt in the morning, rest, do whatever you need to do, and then do the meditation in the afternoon, and then celebrate New Year's however you celebrate New Year's. If you want to stay home, if you want to go out, whatever. I just want to get all of this stuff done during the day so that we can cross the threshold properly. Let me see what you guys are saying. How cool. I connected with Zeus in the summertime. I like him. He helps me be powerful with my boundaries. I do like him for that, and I used him to crush somebody's ego. I don't want to say I used him. He offered to crush someone's ego for me. Him and Krishna, the ego crusher, the two of them together, they came to me. It was really interesting, actually. I was having a meditation out in my fairy garden, and it was like raining, and I was just like out there in my bathing suit, also in the summer. That's really funny. I was out there in my bathing suit, just laying in the rain, just letting it rain on me, and I was like, rain on me. That just came in my head. But so I was just like laying there, and I'm pretty sure it was like the day the CERN portal opened, and I was just like laying there feeling like crazy, like I wasn't even a human, like feeling like between realms. And then because it was cloudy and rainy, both Zeus and Krishna appeared to me, and Zeus was on the left and Krishna was on the right, and they were like, hey, we see you've been having trouble with this person, and we really want to help. Like, we like to crush egos. We want, like, that's something that they do. It's like their specialty, basically. And they were like, do you think they need that? And I was like, yeah, actually, I think they really need it. And they were like, do we have permission? And I was like, yeah. And then they left, and then they came back, and I like meditated with them for a while, and then that was when the day this CERN portal opened, I went down into my basement for no reason. I never just go into my basement. I went down into my basement for no reason at all, and just randomly found all my childhood diaries. And I was like, you can definitely tell a portal open today, because wow, there's a lot going on here. Have you worked with Aphrodite before? Also, Zeus is a lot. Yeah, so I work with Aphrodite. I have like a statue of her and everything. But I work with her mostly in the form of Venus. So sometimes I can't tell. Sometimes it's hard because like different cultures call different spirits the same thing. And sometimes I can't tell if the spirits are separate entities or if they just have different names. So when I work with Aphrodite in the form of Venus, she's a lot more neutral and a lot less human-like and a lot more like mothering and nurturing. But when I work with Aphrodite under that name, Aphrodite, she can have a lot more human attributes like, you know, jealousy and things like that. And so that's why I work with her more under the name of Venus, because I think that the other name or form she's taken on as Aphrodite, like, I still like her. I love that form of her, and I think it's very beautiful and special, but it's just, I just think I have an easier time connecting with her in the form of Venus. Ooh, that's so interesting. I never knew about that. Yeah, so like Ishtar, okay? So tons of people work with Ishtar. She goes by many names. Ishtar, Inanna, Astarte, Ashira. These are all different names from different cultures, and I can never tell, like, it's hard for me to tell if they all come from, okay, so like when we think about spirits, when we think about serpent spirits, they're called Simbi spirits. And so Simbi spirits have a bunch of different attributes where it's like, you know, they're usually magicians, they're usually telepathic, they hold psychic knowledge, they're good with domination work. And so when we think of a Simbi, like we think of like Medusa, you know, because she's under this umbrella of Simbis, and even with the Pombagira. So it's like with Maria Padilla, the Pombagira. Hi. Pombagira is a type of spirit, but then some people just worship, like, and then there's specific Pombagiras that come off of that energy. And so, like Maria Padilla, who was a queen, and I actually talked to her on the Ouija board with Sam, and it was like really intense. Like, even though she was a queen, she still had a really bad life. And it was just really intense. I'm thinking about doing that in the future too, recording myself with Sam on the Ouija board. And if you guys would be interested in that, we've been talking to some really, like, we talked to Medusa with the Ouija board, we talked to Lilith, and we talked to Maria Padilla. We talked to a lot of spirits with the Ouija board. We talked to our ancestors. It's really cool. Sam's mother's passed away, and she has a lot of psychopomp energy where she walks between the living and the dead, and she's really good with the Ouija. They like to talk to her with it. It's kind of like me with the cards. It's like she has a really easy time with the board. But so it's hard for me to say, like, whether Aphrodite and Venus or even Inanna, Ishtar, Astarte, Ashira, are they all different, or are they all different and under one subset of energies? Like, when I think about, like, the Ashiras, they're like bird women. They're sirens. The original sirens were bird women. They were not mermaids, because that only happened when they had translated siren in French, I believe. It translated to fish woman, so then the translation got lost. So it's like there are multiple names for different things. Language is, I could go in on language. Language is so fascinating. And being a channeler, I hear a lot of words in my head that I don't actually know the definition to, so then I'll look up the definition and it'll be like spot on to what I'm channeling about. That's always really fascinating. But yeah, I'm going off on a tangent, and I have to get this done because I have a personal reading. Let me see, what time is it? Okay, it's 1:30. I got time. Can you tell us your experience with Lilith? I really like Lilith. Lilith is harsh. She's nurturing and loving, but she's like got a really tough love, and she gets like all of the, Medusa's really the only one that like understands, because I've been thinking about this too. Let me just get deep for a second with you guys. I've been thinking about the spirits that plague my family line. And so there are some very obvious ones, but like one of them is obsession and compulsion, because a lot of my family members have OCD or OCD-like tendencies. And so I'm trying to look at that as like a spirit and an energy. And like even like on Christmas, when I was observing the different OCD-like tendencies that my family members have, it stems from a place of wanting safety, which I know is what like OCD comes from. It's from wanting extreme control, because there's certain things in your life that you can control, and it feels like if you control those things that you can, then you'll have an easier time controlling the situations outside of your control, or you'll subside and allow yourself to come into a state of surrender on things you can't control because you're controlling it through your compulsions. So I was really thinking about that as I was observing the different compulsive tendencies my family has, and I've been thinking about it as like this overarching energy of obsession, and how that has played out throughout my life. So like when I was in therapy a lot, they would tell me I had obsessive thoughts, and I can get like that. And so thinking about the ways obsession has affected me previously, thinking about the ways compulsion has affected me previously. I'm trying to think of like other spirit. Oh, I felt like Spirit was saying the spirit of opposition is on me. and opposition has been like fucking in my life. So looking at these themes almost as like a spirit, because if you understand demonology especially, there's such thing as a thought form that if you believe in something enough, you create it. And so it's like you might think, oh, I'm cursed. And you believe it strong enough for a long enough amount of time, now you've cursed yourself, okay? Or when you have a really toxic, like a thought form definitely was created in my life when I was in my abusive relationship, because it felt like everything went wrong. Anything that could go wrong did go wrong. I almost died multiple times. And so part of it was like, I'm not on the right path, so I'm falling into these different forms. I don't want to call it punishment, but it's like I'm reaping what I sow. So it's like I keep doing things that are not in alignment with me, so I keep getting situations that are also not in alignment with me. But me almost dying multiple times, that definitely came from a thought form, which is like when there's enough anger or hatred or evil energy between two people or in one person, it can take on a life of its own. Or it can create portals that then allow negative entities to come through those portals. So, like, because my ex was so abusive in so many ways, like physically, emotionally, spiritually, sexually, like every way you can imagine, financially, everything, just so abusive, it created not only this portal in my home, because I paid for it, in my home, but it also, so then it's like you have this active negative portal every time you're arguing or getting emotionally charged or even having sex, like whether it's consensual or not, like it's still opening up a portal or feeding the portal you have. And then Nero, like one of like the main evil demons of like Christianity, came through my portal because I would automatic right when I would literally feel possessed when I would self-harm, trigger warning. I would feel possessed and I would be like above myself, like floating above myself. And it's because my soul was not in my body. And one time I was like, you know how they say like naming the demon? I was like, name yourself, like who are you? Because I knew it wasn't me. And he was like, I am Nero, and like was like going on and on about how he's like king of hell and this and that. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, this is some twisted shit, because I wasn't as like into spirituality then. And I was like, what in the fuck? I was like, I'm tapped, I'm crazy. But then looking back on it, I found out it was like one of the main demons in Christianity. And he was actually really similar to my ex because he was really ruthless, very evil, and he was a musician. My ex was also a musician. He was like a failed musician, and he played guitar. And I guess while Nero burned Rome to the ground, he just sat playing his guitar, watching it burn to the ground. And I was like, of course this demon would come through. He's of the same energy of my ex, you know? Now I'm getting like really off topic. But Lilith, okay, what I was talking about Lilith, she's harsh. You just gotta be prepared that she's harsh. Medusa is really gentle with me. And the Pombagira, Maria Padilla, she got a little annoyed with me. I noticed that like denser frequencies can get annoyed with my dense behavior. So like if I'm asking you something, or sometimes they don't get my jokes, like denser entities don't understand my jokes, because like I was asking a question and she was like, why do you need to know? And I was kidding and I was like, because I need to know everything, like as a joke. And then she wrote back and she was like, that's your ego. And I was like, no, it's not that I need to know everything. And then I like was like honest and I said, you know, I want to know this because this is how it makes me feel. And then she was like, oh yeah, and then answered my question. So it's like sometimes the denser energies don't get the jokes. Sometimes they can get annoyed with like your human behavior or like your human understanding of the world. And so Lilith, she thinks I'm cute. Like she told me she thinks I'm cute, but she definitely gets annoyed with me. And also Lilith likes to mess with me. Like they love the lower density, like except Medusa. Medusa is always gentle with me, but they love to be like, maybe, like they love doing that. They love when I ask a question, a yes or no question, they love to be like, ooh, M, ooh, A, ooh, B, and like fucking string me along. They love to do that. So be mindful of that. And also, if you're not someone like me and you don't talk to spirits all the time, it might not be as easy for you to discern if you're actually talking to Lilith or if you're talking to just anything. Because that's the thing about the board, right? Is like, that's why they say don't mess with it, because anything can come through. So it's just like one of those things you got to be careful about. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Nikki. Love your earthly tone style today. Thank you. Medusa is gentle to everyone because Athena didn't show her gentleness after she was sad. That's true. Have literally fed demons from toxic relationships, and when you shut them down, you absorb their power and alchemize and transmute it into gold for yourself. Lilith will help you become a demon eater. Hell yeah. When I try to automatic write or think as well, negativity comes through. It's been like that for a long time, maybe forever. I've actually seen that a lot. Like, I had one client who was like drawing really scary pictures, and so I guess I would suggest for you, if you haven't gotten like a chakra alignment with me, I can see on my website I have like the chakra realignment. If you want, we could look into that if you'd be interested in that. But that basically is telling me that you're a portal and that you don't know how to make yourself safe again, which is why I was so crazy for so long. So I'm this really psychic portal, but that meant anything was getting through. Okay, yeah, the angels are getting through and the ancestors, but also the fucking demons. And also I would examine who you're having sex with, because that can make a really big difference as well, because your yoni is the seat of your creation. It is the original portal. And so if you're allowing people in your portal, it's like it can make you go crazy if they're not healthy either. I have to pee. I'll be right back. I have to pee so bad. Okay. Let's talk about the dragon spell, and then I actually have to get going because I have a personal reading phone call. I thought Grey Wolf said gay wolf. Either way, sounds fun. Thanks for the suggestion. I'm extremely psychic and a medium as well, and I agree the light comes in, but I'm tired of the negativity and negative experiences coming in even worse. Another thing that helped me a lot, this is going to sound weird, but I started putting nails everywhere. Because like iron, when you think of like most protective gods and warrior gods, they are connected to iron. And then even if you want to think of it in a Christian sense, like the nails that Jesus was nailed to the cross with, like, that's the wild thing about Jesus, is he's like so powerful, and it's so sad that like out of pocket fringe sections of religion, or like big sections of religion, have completely perverted and blasphemized the truth behind Jesus and Yeshua. But it's like, that guy literally got fucking crucified and was just like, I'm gonna come back, motherfucker. I'm gonna come back to life. And the evil will not prevail, okay? So, like, for me, putting the nails everywhere was so helpful, because it was the sign of his resilience and how, like, you can't kill this guy. Like, you can't get rid of him. No matter how much you try, he's gonna keep fucking popping up. And even if he, like, and I don't believe that he's coming back in the flesh. I believe the return of Christ is Christ consciousness sweeping over the planet. Like, I believe he's returning in every single one of us through Christ consciousness. And it's like, you can't, so like, evil, you will never prevail. Like, you can't kill off love. You can't kill off light. You can't kill off the truth. And so the nails, I feel like, remind the evil that, like, yeah, you can keep picking on me, but at the end of the day, I'm not going anywhere. And also black tourmaline helped me a lot. The evil will not prevail. It will never. Lately, the pattern has been coming up that every time I even begin to rise or get in the light, someone or something in my way gets in my way, and it's even harder that I need to recover from. Yeah, it sounds like you have like some, you could even have like a pack of, like, some, they travel in packs, like these negative entities, they're not powerful, so they travel in groups to make themselves seem more scary and powerful. It sounds like you could even have like a pack of them around you. I get called gay on a daily basis, might as well be LMAO. Relatable. No surrender, light is taking over. Exactly. Hi, Alexandra, thanks for coming. Okay, yeah, they definitely do travel in packs. Okay, let me tell you guys about the dragon spell, and then I gotta go. So let me get a candle. I made these candles. I only have a very limited amount of them. But okay, so the dragon spell, I'm like really excited about this. Dragon tales, it's almost time for dragon tales. I wonder where Lizzie is. I wonder if she got my notification. She's always here. I wonder if she did not get my notification, or maybe she's busy. All right, let's see. All right, it's time to work with the dragons again. After my last dragon spell, I got hit with a 20-day long bout of COVID and DNA upgrades. I was eating really poorly and not taking care of my physical vessel. I was also giving in to my vices. I wasn't being careful with myself, and I paid a huge price, but it was a good lesson. I first began working with dragons through fasting, and they helped me quit gluten and sugar. For this group spell, there will be the option to fast with the working. Lizzie, come to the live. Lizzie, they're calling for you. Oh, I just got a low power mode. Maybe she heard. All right. For this group spell, there will be the option to fast with the working. I will be fasting for 11 days from processed food. I will share what my personal fast will look like, but all bodies are different, so you can change the fast according to your needs as far as what you eat and for how long you fast. The actual spell will be on January 11th, so you will have until January 11th to sign up for this spell and still enjoy the spell, whether you want to fast or not. But if you want to join us for the fast, there's going to be a lot of power and energy around it, because it's going to be a group of us doing it together, and I'm really good at fasting. Not to brag, but my dragons really help me to fast. They tempt me like crazy, but my willpower is strong. I just heard, that's okay, my will is good. Yeah! I feel like I even look a little grungy today. Okay. I will be putting a giant pile of crystals in my living room and dancing with them. I will also be making another crystal altar and placing tea lights for everyone on it. This will begin with a private live on 12/31/2022 in preparation for the fast and explanation of what I'm doing. Then there will be a second private live on 1/11/2023 with the two setups. Dragons bestow hidden knowledge, treasure, abundance, willpower, and telepathy, among many other things. Okay, and then I just go on to say, I'm not a doctor or whatever. So if you want to so for me, what I'm going to do, and I'll get more into detail when I actually, go live and explain everything to the people who are joining me for the fast. I'm going to fast from processed food, and then I'm going to get more specific. And like I said, I'm not going to go into too much detail because dragons are very secretive and I want to keep it secretive. But you could fast from anything. So like, let's say you have a porn addiction and you're like, I am so sick of watching porn, but I can't stop. Fast with us for those 11 days. Fast with us from porn. And then also right now, everything is just so powerful. We're in a Yeshua portal, like a Jesus portal, from the beginning of like Sagittarius season until the end of Lent. And it's like at a peak right now, right? This is Yeshua portal. And then it gets even more powerful during Lent. So it's like, use that energy. If you, let's say you're addicted to social media, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be really limiting I'm going to be fasting from a lot of things. I'm going to be fasting with food. I'm just going to be cleaning. It's a purge and a cleanse. Even if you're like, you don't want to change your diet at all, but you're like, you know what? I think anyone could go 11 days without sugar. You know, anyone could go 11 days without processed sugar. Or maybe you drink too much, and so you're going to spend those 11 days fasting from alcohol. Either way, we're getting serious with ourselves, and we're purging and we're cleansing. And there's going to be, you know, different things to do every day while you're doing this purge and cleanse. So it's going to be really good, and I'm really excited about it. And then there's another offering of the spell. I actually made these in November, I think, and they are soy candles, and they're scented with dark crystal scent, and they're really pretty. They burn like sparkly blue, and they have charged up amethyst, charged up what is that, labradorite, and they all have an agate circle crystal ball, and some of them have two because the crystal ball like fell to the bottom. So some of you might have two, but because it's soy wax, you can just clean off these crystals after and put them on your altar. You can put them like in your fairy garden or whatever. But so yeah, these have been charging on my altar with my dragons since November, and then I'm going to charge everything up on my altars while we fast, and then I'm going to do the spell. And this candle is really cool because it's got truth serum, it's got sex and date night, it's got money and magnetism green fairy potion, and it also has starseed potion. So this has like a lot of my potions in it, and also it's going to be soaking up all that like dragon energy. So like I said, everything is linked in the description, and to where to get it on my site. Gotta love the truth serum. I know I have a love-hate with the truth serum. The truth serum is stressful. Sorry, just looking at the time, but it's necessary because the truth is necessary, right? Is there a phoenix spirit? Sorry if that's not related to this topic. Yeah, there's a phoenix spirit. I don't really have time to get into that, though. I haven't done much on it either. I know about the Benu bird. The Benu bird, you can look up that from Ancient Kemet. And Thunderbird, I think, is like the Native American version of him. The fast begins. We're going from 1 to 1/1. We're going from 1/1. So we're starting the year with this fast. We're starting it. So we're starting it the first day of the new year, and so we're starting 1/1, and then we're going until 1/1/1. We're really working with the energy here, okay? You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be really cool. And I will send a live New Year's Eve day so that you know what to expect going forward with the fast. I've known I need to fast. If anyone wants to do it together to hold each other accountable, I'm down. So we're doing it like that, like all together, but maybe I can make like, I think I can figure out with my app, like, I think there's a way to make it so like you can like, if you get the app of my website, that you can have like a chat group. I don't know, but also you guys can exchange information too. Yeah, no problem. All right. Okay, guys. Well, that's it for now. I gotta do a private reading, but I love you guys. Thanks for the support. Thanks for chatting with me. It was good just like talking spiritual stuff, just like connecting, chatting, talking spiritual stuff. But I don't know how to do Discord, you know. I struggling. I feel like I've been like hanging on by a thread, just trying to stay alive. As fucked up as that sounds, because I've been so sick this year and then sad and like traumatized, like just so much bad stuff happened. And then someone is supposed to be helping me with Discord, but I don't know how to do it, and it just all felt really overwhelming because I was just trying to like flounder and be alive. And I know though, I'm hopefully going to be hiring Sam on to do all of that, like technical stuff, which should be helpful. So, yeah, sorry guys. I know the thing is like how you said, I know I need to fast. Like, I know I need to get better at, I know I need to take the next step with my business, and I know I need to hire on help, and I know I need to, there's certain technological advances I need to shift into. It's just felt really overwhelming. But hopefully, you know, this fast and the dragon spell and everything is going to give me the clarity and insight to know what steps I need to take next, you know? So, thanks for your patience with me. Thank you. All right, I love you guys. Yeah, it is overwhelming. It really is. It is. But okay, I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. I'll see you soon. And have a good day. And be happy and drink lots of water. Okay, I love you.